Welcome back to all. In this lecture onwards, we are going to start with the new concept, that is a graph in data structures. So before moving to the graph, first we should know what is the meaning of graph. In previous lectures, we have learned what is the concept of tree, the tree terminologies, as well as how to traverse a tree. And today we are going to be discussing about the graph and its terminologies. The first thing is we need to know what is the meaning of graph. A graph is a pictorial representation of a set of objects where some pairs of objects are connected by links. The interconnected objects are represented by points termed as vertices, and the links that connect the vertices are called as edges. Formally, a graph is a pair of set of V, E, where E is the set of vertices and E is the set of edges connecting the pair of vertices, and that is the thing we are going to be considering as a graph. So take a look at the following graph. So in this example, here we are having some nodes, that is we are going to be calling as vertices, like consider 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the things we are going to be calling as vertices, and to connect that vertices we are having some lines, like consider in between the 2 and 3 we are having a one line, in between 1 and 2 we are having a one line, in between 4 and 1 we are having a line, and that particular thing we are going to be calling as a edges, and the set of vertices and edges we are going to be calling as a graph. So for this particular example, the set of vertices say as a V is equal to, we are having like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so these are the things we are having as a vertices, and set of edges means we are having the edges from like consider 0 to 1, afterwards 1 to 2, afterwards 2 to 3, afterwards 3 to 4, afterwards 0 to 4, or we are having 1 to 4, or we are having 1 to 3. So these are the things we are going to be calling as a set of vertices as well as set of edges. So this is one simple example like how the graph it is going to be represented. So let us take one simple example of a graph. Like graphs are used to solve many real life problems. Graphs are used to represent networks. The networks may include paths in a city or telephone network or circuit network. Graphs are also used in social networks like LinkedIn, Facebook. For example, in Facebook, each person is represented with a vertex, that is we are going to be calling as a node. Each node in a structure and contains information like person ID, name, gender, location, locale, etc. So in this example, this is the simple example we have taken for the Facebook, like consider the Rama, Lee, Katy, Swati, Zahir, Sam, Arun, Tom, Bob. So these are the things we are going to be calling as the vertices, and to connect in between the Rama and Katy, or from Katy to Swati, we are having lines. That is the thing we are going to be calling as the edges. So set of edges and set of vertices we are going to be calling as a graph. So the thing is, in mathematical graphs can be represented in data structure. We can represent a graph using an array of vertices and two-dimensional array of edges. Before we proceed further, let us formalize ourselves with some important terms. That is the thing we are going to be calling as a graph terminologies. So one by one we are going to be checked for the graph terminologies. So the first graph terminology, that is the thing we are calling as a graph. First we need to learn what is the meaning of graph. Like a graph is a ordered pair, that is G is equal to V, E, comprising a set of V of vertices or nodes and collection of pair of vertices from V called as the edges of the graph, and that is the thing we are going to be calling as a graph. So in this example, like A, B, C, D, E, these are the things we are going to be calling as a vertices, or we are going to be calling as a node, and we are having the lines in between like A to B, like that is the thing we are calling as a connection, or we are having B to E or D to E or C to D or A to D. So these are the things we are going to be calling as edges. And the set of vertices and set of edges we are going to be calling as a graph. And this is the first terminology of the graph. So next we are having the second terminology, that is we are going to be calling as a node, or we are going to be calling as a vertices, or we are calling as a vertex. Like each node of the graph is represented as a vertex. In the following example, the labeled circle represent vertices. Thus A to E are vertices. We can represent them using an array as shown in the following image. Here A can be identified by the index 0, B can be identified using index 1 and so on. And that is the thing we are going to be calling as a vertex, or we are going to be calling as a vertices, or we can call as a node. So like A, B, C, D, E. So these are the things we are going to be calling as a node, or we are calling as a vertices, or we are going to be calling as a vertex. Now the third one, that is the third terminology of the graph, that is we are going to be calling as a arcs, or we are going to be calling as a edge. Like edge represents a path between two vertices or a line between two vertices. In the following example, the lines from A to B, B to E and so on represents the edges. Like in this example, like we are having the line in between A to B. So this particular line we are calling as a edge. Or we are having the line in between B to E, or from the D to E, or from the B to D. So these lines we are going to be calling as a edges. The next terminology of the graph, that is we are going to be calling as adjacency, or we are going to be calling as a adjacent. Like two node or vertices are adjacent if they are connected to each other through an edge. In the following example, B is an adjacent of A, D is an adjacent of E, and so on. So in this example, like we are having the edge in between A to B, like B to E. In that case, we can say that B is an adjacent of A, or we can say that D is an adjacent to the E. So the next terminology we are having, that is we are going to be calling as a path. So the path means a path represents a sequence of edges between the two vertices. In the following example, A, D, E, this one we are going to be calling as a path, or A, B, E we are going to be calling as a path, or A, B, D, E we are going to be calling as a path from A to E. Or consider, if you want to reach from the C to E, we are having the path like C, A, B, E, or we are having the path like C, D, E, or we are having the path like C, A, D, E, or we are having the C, D, B, E. So these are the things we are going to be calling as a path. The next graph terminology we are having, that is we are calling as a undirected graph. So the undirected graph means an undirected graph is a graph in which all the edges are bidirectional. That is, the edges do not point in any specific direction. And that is the concept we are going to be calling as a undirected graph. So this is the example we are having for the undirected graph. It means that like from the A to B we are having the edge, but we are not providing any kind of direction over here. That is the thing we are calling as a bidirectional. Or we are having the edge in between B to E or D to E. So for these edges we don't have any kind of direction. So in that case, this particular graph we are going to be calling as a undirected graph. So this is the one simple example of the undirected graph. So consider first one, that is the graph 1. So for the graph 1, the set of vertices are like we are having A, B, C, D, E and F. So in that case, the set of edges are like we are having the edge in between the A to B, or we are having from the A to C, or we are having from the B to C, or we are having from the B to D, or from the D to E, or from the D to F, or from the E to F. So these are the edges are going to be available, and that is the thing we are going to be calling as a undirected graph, because here we are not providing any kind of direction to the edges. So consider the second example. This is the second graph we are having. Here also the set of vertices like A, B, C, D, E and F, and the set of edges like we are having the edge in between the A to B or A to C, or from the B to D, or from the C to E, or we are having from the C to F. Like consider one more example, that is a graph number 3. Here we are having the edges like A, B, C. Okay, and here we are having the edges like A to B, also A to C and C to B. So in this example we are showing the directions like A to B, we are having the edge with the direction like from the A to B, or we are having one more edge like A to C. Again here we are having the direction from the A to C, or one more edge we are having, that is the C to B, and we are having the direction from the C to B. In that case the graph number 3 we are going to be calling as a directed graph, and from the graph 1 and 2 we are going to be calling as a undirected graph. So the thing is, we have learned what is the meaning of undirected graph. Now the thing is, the directed graph means a directed graph is a graph in which all the edges are unidirectional. That is, the edges point in a single direction. If an edge is represented using a pair of vertices like V1, V2, then the edge is said to be directed from the V1 to V2. The first element of the pair V1 is called the start vertex, and the second element of the pair V2 is called the end vertex, and that is the thing we are going to be calling as a directed graph. So here we are having one more example for the directed graph, like we are having the vertex or nodes like 1, 2, 3 and 4, and here we are having the directed edges like from the 1 to 2. So 1 we are going to be calling as a starting vertex, and 2 we are going to be calling as a end vertex. Again we are having one more edge from the 4 to 2, that is a directed edge we are having. In that case 4 can call as a first vertex, that is a starting vertex, and 2 we can call as a end vertex. Again we are having one more edge from the 2 to 4 with direction. So like we are having the edge from the 3 to 4 with direction, again we are having the edge in between 3 to 1 with direction. So in that case this kind of graph we are going to be calling as a directed graph. So this is a one simple example for the directed graph. So for this example, the set of vertices like we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the set of edges we are having like we are having from the 1 to 3, that is a directed edge we are having, as well as we are having the 1 to 5 edge, that is 4 to 5, 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 2 to 1 as well as 2 to 4. So in that case this particular graph we are going to be calling as a directed graph. So the next terminology we are going to be learning, that is the thing we are going to be calling as a weighted graph. In a weighted graph, each edge is assigned a weight or cost. Consider a graph of 4 nodes as in the diagram. As you can see, each edge has a weight or cost assigned to it. If we want to go from the vertex number 1 to 3, so in that case you can take one of the following 3 paths. Like we can go from 1 to 3, or we can directly go from 1 to 3, or we can go from 1, 4, 3. So for each and every edges we are going to be assigning some weight, or we are going to be assigning some value, and that is the thing we are going to be calling as a weighted graph. So the next important thing we need to discuss, that is in degree and out degree of a graph. The in degree means the in degree of a vertex V is the number of edges which are coming into the vertex V, and the out degree of a graph is out degree of a vertex V is the number of edges which are going out from the vertex V. That is the thing we are going to be calling as a in degree and out degree of a vertex. So consider this is the one simple example for the in degree and out degree for the directed graph. Like we are having the vertex like A, B, C, D and E. So for the vertex A, B, C, D and E, we need to identify or we need to find out the in degree as well as the out degree. So for the A, we are having the edge between the B to A with the direction from the B to A. It means that for the A, the in degree is 1. And the out degree, like we are having a one edge in between the A to E with the direction. It is going to be start with the A, ends with the E. That is the direction we are having. In that case, for the A, the out degree we can call as a 1. So now consider the second one, that is the B. So from the B, like we are having the two edges from B to A with the direction like from B to A, as well as we are having one more edge in between the B to C, but here also we are having the direction from the B to C. So there are no any kind of incoming edges are there. So in that case, the in degree for the B we are calling as a 0, but the out degree of a B we can consider as a 2. Like consider the next vertex, that is C. So for the C, like again we are having the two edges, and both edges we are going to be calling as the incoming edges. Like one edge it is going to be comes from the B to C, and one edge it will be comes from the D to C. In that case, the in degree of C, that is the vertex C, we are going to be calling as a 2, and the out degree we are going to be calling as a 0. The next element or the next vertex or the node we are having, that is the D. So for the D, the out degree, that is we are having as a 1, and the in degree we are having as a 1. As well as for the E, the in degree as well as the out degree we are having as a 1. So like that we are going to be identifying the in degree as well as the out degree of the vertex. So like consider this is the one more example for the in degree, like how to identify the in degree and out degree of the directed graph. So here we are having the vertex like A, B, C, D, E, F and G. Also this one or this particular graph we are going to be calling as a directed graph. So for the A, the in degree we are having like a 1, and for the out degree for the A, like we are having A to B as well as A to D. In that case, the out degree of the vertex A is 2. So like same for the B, that is the in degree is 2 and out degree is 0. So for the C, the in degree is 2, out degree is 1. So like that we are going to be identifying or we are going to be calculating the in degree as well as the out degree of the vertex. The next one, that is we are going to be learning the terminology, that is isolated node, or we are going to be calling as a isolated vertex. So a node in which not an adjacent neighbor to any other node is called a isolated node. So like consider in this particular example, like we are having the three nodes like 2, 2 and 2, and for each and every node or the vertices we are having the edges, like from the 2 to 2 we are having the edge. Here also we are having the edge, and here also we are having the edge, and one more edge we are having, that is the 0. Okay, so here for the 0 we don't have any kind of neighbor. It means that we don't have any kind of edges. So in that case 0 we are going to be calling as a isolated vertex. So the next graph terminology we are going to be learning, that is the subgraph. So here the subgraph, it means that a graph whose vertices and edges are the subset of another graph. All the edges and vertices of G might not be present in S, but if a vertex is present in S, it has corresponding vertex in G, and any edge that connects two vertices in S will also connect the corresponding vertices in G, and that is the thing we are going to be calling as a subgraph. So like consider one example. So here we are having the graph like a G1, and for the G1 we are having the nodes or the vertex like 0, 1, 2, 3. Also we are having the edges like 0 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 0, also 0 to 3, 1 to 2. So here if we are having the set of vertices and set of edges, and now in between here like 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the thing we are going to be calling as the subgraph of this particular G1. It means that we are having the first one, that is a 0. So here we are having the vertex from the G1. So in that case this one we are going to be calling as a subgraph. So like 0, 1, 2. So here the 0, 1, 2 it will be there. In that case 0, 1, 2, this one we are going to be calling as a subgraph. So this particular part it will be there. So in that case that is a 1, 2, 3. So this one also we are going to be calling as a subgraph. Like 0, 1, 2, 3, like we are having the edges from the 0 to 3, as well as we are having the edges from the 1 to 2, as well as we are having the edges from the 3 to 2. So in that case this also we are going to be calling as a subgraph. So the next terminology, there is a graph terminology, we are going to be learning like a sink. So the sink means a node having only incoming edge and no outgoing edge is called as a sink node. So like consider in this example, like for the 2 and 4, we are having the outgoing edge. But for the 3, only we are having the incoming edge. So in that case, 3 we are going to be calling as a sink node. So for the A1, we don't have any kind of incoming edge as well as we don't have any kind of outgoing edge. So the next graph terminology we are going to be learn, that is we are calling as a connected graph. So the connected graph means a graph is connected if any two vertices of the graph are connected by the path. So in this example, like we are having A to B, B to C or C to D, or we are having the connection between the A to C. So in that case, this particular graph we are going to be calling as a connected graph. So the next graph terminology we are having, that is the disconnected graph. So the graph is disconnected if at least two vertices of the graph are not connected by a path. If a graph G is disconnected, then every maximal connected subgraph of G is called a connected component of the graph G. So in this particular example, like consider A to B, we are having the edge. C to D also we are having the edge, but we don't have the connection in between the A to C or A to D or B to C or B to D. In that case, this graph we are going to be calling as a disconnected graph. And the next, there is a graph terminology we are going to be learning, there is an articulation point. So here the articulation point means an articulation point is a point in a graph which when removed from the graph result is disjoint graph components. A practical example of articulation points would be critical points in a network graph whose removal might create a whole system shutdown. It means that like consider we are having the first example into the left side. We are having a graph with the vertices like 0, 1, 2 and 3, and we are having the edge in between the 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 and 3. So in that case, if we are trying to remove the edges like 1 or 2, in that case this particular graph it is going to be considering as a disjoint or the disconnected graph. So in that case 1 and 2 we are going to be calling as a articulation point. Now consider one more example. Like we are having 1, 2, 0, 3 and 4. If we are trying to remove the 0, the graph it will be like left side and right side are going to be disconnected. Here also in that case 0 and 3 we are going to be calling as a articulation point. The next one is we are having like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. If we are trying to remove this particular one, in that case the graph it will going to be considered as a disconnected graph. In that case 1 we are going to be calling as a articulation point. So in this particular lecture we have learned what is the meaning of graph and different types of graph terminologies. Thank you one and all.